Hey guys, MFWest here, and today we have an Unholy Death Knight Blackwater Behemoth kind of commentary slash guide. Now, at the moment with this fight, there isn't much to it because most guilds are two-phasing it. When I say two phases, I mean that you go from the first platform, you swim over to the second platform, and you just kill him there. And I managed to pick up what looks like to be a rank 2 Worlds Unholy Death Knight log, which is pretty cool. So I thought I'd just run you through some tips and tricks that I think that would help you guys. In terms of my talents, I think this is probably the most ideal setup for the fight. This row is completely null and void because the pufferfish, it's going to die pretty much, and you don't want to waste too many resources into the pufferfish, so it doesn't really matter what you pick in that row. But Spell Eater helps a lot, especially when trying to nullify that magic damage that the boss pulses when you have not got the debuff that lets the healers be able to heal you. So that's pretty important. In terms of my gear, I have already posted, have already posted an up-to-date gear guide going over what my gear situation is and what pieces that I'm personally looking out for, as well as the reason as to why I moved to Alliance. So this is my gear as of now. Now, for this fight, because we're two-phasing it, I do not think Inkpot is worth it at all. I think Computation Device would be much better. And you can literally sim your character for a 4-minute fight. There's no reason simming. You can actually change the time. If you know the fight's going to be 2 phases, then it's going to be 4 minutes something or 3 minutes something. So legit just specifically sim for that. Don't sim for a 5-minute fight. Sim for this. So yeah, this is my gear. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so just before the video starts, basically I'm new to this guild, and their strat is basically to have, they've got a marker here and a marker over there. The first person that gets the spiked barb, I believe it's called, the piercing barb, sorry, needs to come over here. Second and third people go over here, so that's pretty much how our guild does it. So, fonting at 6 seconds, just because in case of a pre-pull, armying at 2, pre-pot 1, and we're going to kill this pufferfish. Now, I don't use army here, I wait till the puffer is about 20% HP, I Soul Reaper it to get the haste buff when it dies, and then I army at the dead, and then go to the boss. Make sure you get this debuff. Alright, so here we go. Now, this is the massive difference between the reason as to why I got this rank 2 log, and yeah, pretty much the main reason. So, when you use army with Condensed Life Force, Font of Power, if you get an overwhelming power proc, you are gonna freaking smash the meters. I think I've hit 155k opener with overwhelming power on pull with army and font and pre-pot and Condensed Life Force and frenzy, everything. So it's insane. It's really good RNG, and yeah, it's just a lot more damage that your army's gonna do, to be honest. So let's see how this pans out. Alright, so piercing barb goes out, stand that one. I use my cyclotronic blast when I could have actually used more runes before I used it, but I just wanted to get it on cooldown, so bit of a tricky situation there, but really pumping damage, guys. Top of the meters here with the Affy lock, and just gotta watch that pufferfish's HP and make sure that we get the debuff. Now, in terms of the sonic or the shock pulses where this boss does, it knocks you back. You can Depths Advance it, but I will advise you how to use Depths Advance better. On this platform, just use Depths Advance to stop you from being pushed back out of the boss's melee range. But remember, the boss's melee range is massive, okay? So for these situations, it is ideal to have Depths Advance when you're trying to go get the healing debuff and you're being knocked back. Depths Advance will just stop you from being knocked back, and you can swim straight back to the boss. So this second Unholy Frenzy that I'm about to get, I'm going to hold on to because I know that I will not be able to use it efficiently. So running down to the marker, making sure everyone gets in the soak for me, I survive, and we're good. Now, we've got 18 seconds left on this on this healing debuff. I'm going to actually AMS this shock pulse, get me some runic power, and survive. I probably would have died there if I didn't AMS, so very important there. And again, saving this frenzy because I would only have about 4 seconds of uptime with it, which isn't ideal, so saving that. Yeah, so basically sitting at 56k before we transition. This Ellie Shaman's pumping as well, so yeah, really good damage. Now, pretty much, as I said, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, we're going to 2 phases. So we're going to go onto this platform and kill the Behemoth right there and then. So basically, swim straight over to the pufferfish and kill him. Remember, if you have Soul Reaper, use it on him. Now, just one thing to note here, guys. I like dismissing my pet as I swim over across the other platform because I've had so many instances where my pets have just randomly bugged either my main pet or my skeleton archer. I don't know. It's just very strange. So every time now I just dismiss them with my dismiss pet macro, and then I resummon them on the new platform. It's just what I do. And then the whole time where I've resummoned it, I'm spamming my pet leap ability on my pet to the boss, so he jumps to the boss ASAP. Okay, so gaze from below. Now we're actually on top of the boss. Okay, so I'm gonna use my font of power here, which is the perfect time, pre-pot, and then just pump this boss with frenzy, jar transformation, and apocalypse. Now I'm not even going to be able to get another condensed life force in. I believe I could have, but I kind of screwed up like 2 globals, but we'll see. So shock pulse comes out here. I actually depths advance it. I would not depths advance this first shock pulse, and then you'll see why in a moment. I'm making a few mistakes here, and it actually cost me like 2k DPS, guys. I'm not even joking you. So now this is the main decision here. The raid leader is saying get ready to kill the pufferfish and get your debuff. But let's have a look at things first. The boss's HP is at 22%, right? Okay. Shock pulse is coming in 10 seconds. So this shock pulse is a pretty bad one because you're going to get it when you're swimming to get the pufferfish, okay? So pufferfish is about to die. I'm already heading over. Now, if I had a big brain here, I wouldn't have gone and got this pufferfish. The main reason why is we have fat AMS talent, right? I could have easily pre-potted, used a health pot just before my healing debuff fell off, go to full HP, and then as shock pulse comes out, AMS, stay on the boss the entire time, and you'll see, like, if I did that, my AMS would have absorbed the entire shock pulse, if not get me down to a low amount of HP, and then I would have been able to stay on the boss the entire time. This is the problem. If you swim over this gap, you're going to die because you're being pushed back and you can't swim through it, and then the fish will eat you midair. So look, and he's not even going to get another shock pulse off, so I really just had to sit on the boss, and I easily would have done like 45, maybe even 46k if I didn't run over to get that freaking pufferfish. So there you go. Mistake on my part, and that cost me like 1.5k DPS. So there you have it, guys. Unfortunately, no loot from this kill, but yeah. Now, like I said before, I am trying to pump out these boss guides. I've got plenty more coming. The guild's currently progging on Queen's Court, so maybe we'll hopefully have that down by today. So we'll see how that goes, but otherwise, I've got Ashvane and other guides coming out as well. If you want to see where my gear's at, have a look at my channel. I did post, or I am posting, a guide, well, a video basically explaining my gear, what I'm looking for, what I haven't got, coral, and why I went to Alliance. So yeah, look out for that video, and thank you very much for watching. Stay unholy. If you have any questions about anything, pop them down below in the comments, and have an awesome day. Peace.